Rape is not just limited to being held down violently against your will. That is actually the least common form of rape. So I wanted to go ahead and give some examples of more common forms of rape that aren't talked about as much. First, we're going to start it off by talking about coercion. Coercion is whenever you ask somebody repeatedly to have sex with you and they repeatedly say no until you wear them down to where they feel like they can no longer say no. Coercion can also present itself by a man saying to you, well, you must not love me if you don't want to have sex with me, or, well, I bought you this or I did this for you, so you should have sex with me because I did this thing for you. Coercion can also look like somebody in a position of power giving you an ultimatum. For example, a boss telling his employee, you either suck my dick or you lose your job, is an example of coercion. That is not a real choice. A police officer saying to you, you either have sex with me or I'm arresting you, that is not consensual. Another common form of sexual assault is whenever two people start having sex with one another and then one of the people says that they want to stop and the other person ignores them. That is called revoking consent. You are allowed to say no at any point during the act, and if that is not respected, you have been sexually assaulted. Alcohol is one of the #1 drugs used to facilitate sexual assault. So if you are drinking and you are drunk, you are not able to consent. And there is a difference between being tipsy and being drunk. So know the difference between those two. Another example of sexual assault would be a husband unable to wait the 6 weeks required for a woman's body to heal postpartum. If your husband is pressuring you to have sex anytime in those 6 weeks that your body needs to heal from having a baby, that is not consensual. And please, if you are a man and you disagree with any of the things that I've said in this video, do not have sex with women, stay celibate, because you don't understand consent, and you have an obligation to understanding consent before you go out having sex with people, because you are seriously going to hurt another person if you don't understand consent and you disagree with what I said.